want to acknowledge what a dangerous time that it is in the world right now, with devastation and instability, both abroad and here at home. It is a time of tremendous risk and uncertainty. And waking up to the news this morning of Adi Barkan's passing brought it even closer home. Now, more than ever, it is a privilege to be gathered here with you as we chart our collective path forward. Now, many of us in this community gathered in Washington, D.C. in 2019 at Bold versus Old, a conversation where the world looked just a little bit different then. Right, Chris?
Indeed. When we gathered then, all the bold new ideas that were out there, they were just that, ideas. We were in the midst of an ideas primary where Democratic candidates in the primary election were all competing to see whose economic ideas were bigger and bolder. And on that stage 4 years ago, we talked about anti-monopoly. We talked about worker power. We talked about strategies to get cash in the hands of more Americans. We envisioned what a world with a Green New Deal and universal family care might look like. A new golden age of large-scale investment in the American people. We didn't know, at the time, the challenge that our nation would face. A global pandemic would mark a changing in the tides, and a new set of economic rules would soon take center stage.
Right. We scaled a movement to help those ideas become a reality, shifting us away from neoliberalism and towards an economy of abundance. And 4 years later, investing in the American people has proven to be a vital tool in rebalancing our economy. The historic investments that were part of the last several years, the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, as well as Biden's many executive orders, including the Race Equity EO, one of my favorites. All of these things represent a sharp departure from the trickle-down economics that defined the last 40 years of policymaking. And this new approach is working. We see hotter labor markets, we see emboldened unions, we see higher wages for many workers, and we see investments in clean energy that are exceeding even the CBO's expectations. Inflation has slowed, unemployment is at or near record lows, and job growth is strong.
We know that investing in people works. We know that government taking a stronger hand in shaping markets can create an economy where everyone can thrive. What we need now is to shift the balance of power to win the kind of equitable policies our communities are demanding. Here's what I want to see next: publicly funded child and elder care, access free higher education, access to affordable housing and health care, clean air and drinking water, safety and opportunity for everyone. Going into the next 4 years, we must be on the offense. We are all organizers of people and ideas. We must continue to invest in our communities and organize those communities to demand even bolder change grounded in a new economics that works for everyone.
Now look, we aren't going to get everyone on board, but today I am seeing broadly more consensus than I'm seeing debate behind these three big ideas. One, that we need government to shape markets to be more fair. Two, the power has to be rebalanced away from corporate America and toward families and workers. And three, that we must cultivate a broad sense of belonging that includes and affirms all of us. With these tenets as our solid foundation, we can see a path toward a guarantee of income, a guarantee of job, a guarantee of universal family care, and the kinds of policies that will create stability in this chaotic world.
So where are we today? We are in a historic place. On this stage, people have long explored these questions of political economy. In fact, that very podium, right there, was the podium that President Lincoln spoke from when he decried slavery in 1860. And it was here on this stage where President Obama 13 years ago stood, making a call to rein in Wall Street and make America's political economy more stable and more fair.
I want you to feel your seat for a second. Take a look at your seat, actually, where you're sitting right now. Each of you sits now in a seat once filled by a woman demanding the right to vote, by a garment worker looking to unionize, by the men and women who launched the NAACP and the American Red Cross. These forebears felt the pain of a nation built on injustice and inequality, and they also recognized their power to make change. Today, people are building on their legacy, working to change the rules of the economy for the better, dismantling racial and gender hierarchies that have been entrenched in our economy for generations. All of this is cause for celebration. We must defend our progress and fight for even more at every level of government. So today, we are here to celebrate how far we've come, to talk about the unfinished business, and to talk about how we're going to get it done.
Because today is not just about a single policy or a single political posture, and it certainly is not about any single politician. Today is about a generational project, our generational project, to transform our economy so that it is more equitable, more democratic, and ultimately leads to more thriving. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for being part of our journey, for your collective investment in our shared future, because it is only through all of us that change will happen.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thanks.